Something profound and beautiful is unfolding within the heart of your person right now. They are beginning to awaken to a deep and meaningful connection with their inner feminine energy, that sacred aspect of the soul that governs intuition, receptivity, creativity, and spiritual wisdom. This awakening is not happening by chance or coincidence. Rather, it is a divinely orchestrated shift that is gently guiding them toward their higher spiritual purpose, toward the reason their soul chose to incarnate in this lifetime. As this transformation takes root within them, as they begin to recognize and honor this calling that whispers through their spirit, the energy itself becomes a magnetic force that naturally and inevitably draws them closer to you. The alignment they are stepping into at this very moment is not separate from your own journey. In fact, it mirrors perfectly the energy you have been so diligently cultivating within yourself. Every step you have taken on your path of self-discovery, every moment you have dedicated to your own healing and growth, has created an energetic template that is now resonating across the invisible threads that connect you to your person. What you have been practicing with such devotion, the sacred acts of self-care, the cultivation of genuine self-respect, and the deep, unconditional self-love you have nurtured within your being, all of this is being felt energetically by your person in ways that transcend physical distance and logical understanding. Whether they possess conscious awareness of this spiritual transmission or not, whether they can articulate what they are sensing or simply feel an inexplicable pull toward transformation, the vibration you are emitting is reaching them with perfect precision. It is acting as a powerful magnetic force, drawing them steadily and inevitably toward your light, toward the radiance you have been building from within. Your unwavering commitment to prioritizing yourself, to placing your own well-being at the forefront of your daily choices and long-term decisions, has become far more than just a personal practice. It has transformed into a powerful catalyst that is accelerating your growth on every level imaginable. This journey you have been walking is not simply about the external routines of care, though those certainly have their place and value. It runs much deeper than bubble baths and face masks, deeper than yoga sessions and morning rituals. At its core, this transformation is about the profound and courageous choice to place your own well-being, your inner peace, and your authentic happiness at the very center of your life. In making this choice day after day, moment after moment, you have unlocked growth that extends across multiple dimensions of your existence. Spiritually, you have become far more attuned to the subtle whispers of your intuition. Where once you might have second-guessed yourself or looked outside for validation and answers, you now receive clearer, more direct guidance from your higher self. The channel between your earthly consciousness and your divine essence has been cleared of debris, allowing wisdom to flow through you with increasing clarity and frequency. You find yourself knowing things without knowing how you know them. You sense the right path before your logical mind can calculate all the variables. This is the gift of spiritual alignment, and you have earned it through your dedication to your own evolution. Emotionally, you have undergone a remarkable transformation that affects every relationship and interaction in your life. You have become steadier, more anchored in your own sense of worth and identity. No longer do you find yourself clinging to others for validation, desperately seeking external confirmation of your value, or molding yourself into shapes that might win approval but sacrifice authenticity. Instead, you now radiate a quiet confidence and self-assurance that comes only from truly knowing yourself and honoring that knowledge. This emotional sovereignty is magnetic in ways that desperation never could be. Physically, your body has responded to this inner alignment with profound gratitude and reciprocity. The temple that houses your spirit has begun to thrive in this new environment of self-love and intentional care. Your sleep has become more restorative, allowing you to wake feeling refreshed and renewed rather than depleted before the day has even begun. Your energy flows more freely through your system, unblocked by the stress and tension that once created stagnation. Your days feel lighter, more expansive, as though you are moving through life with less resistance and more grace. Each moment seems to hold within it a sense of possibility and potential, as though the universe itself is supporting your steps, clearing your path, and celebrating your courage to choose yourself. This delicate and powerful balance you have achieved between your inner feminine and masculine energies deserves special recognition, for it is particularly important in the manifestation process. By nurturing your softness, your creativity, your receptivity, your ability to flow and trust and surrender to the divine timing of all things, while simultaneously standing firm in your discipline, maintaining your structure and boundaries, and embodying your strength and determination, you have created a remarkable harmony within yourself. This equilibrium, this sacred marriage of the divine feminine and divine masculine within your own being, allows you to manifest abundance in all its forms. And this abundance is not limited to material wealth, though that is indeed flowing more easily into your life as a natural consequence of your raised vibration. The abundance you are experiencing extends far beyond financial prosperity. It manifests as abundance in joy, those spontaneous moments of delight that bubble up from within for no external reason. It appears as abundance in peace, that deep sense of okayness regardless of external circumstances. It reveals itself as abundance and fulfillment, the feeling that your life has meaning and that you are walking your authentic path. You are attracting new opportunities that would never have crossed your path in your previous state of being. Blessings are arriving that are perfectly aligned with the new version of yourself you have become. The life you are creating now reflects your inner growth in tangible, undeniable ways. The external world is rearranging itself to match the internal shifts you have made, proving the fundamental truth that change always begins within. Perhaps the most beautiful and liberating transformation that has occurred within you is the way you have learned to genuinely enjoy your own company. In the past, and there is no judgment in acknowledging this, for it is a pattern many people fall into, you may have relied heavily on your person or other people to provide happiness, companionship, or a sense of meaning to your existence. Your emotional state may have fluctuated based on their presence or absence, their attention or lack thereof. Your sense of purpose may have felt tied to the role you played in their life or the validation they provided. Now, however, you have made one of the most important discoveries available to any human soul. You have discovered that true, lasting contentment arises from within. It does not depend on another person's mood, choices, or availability. Through your deepening connection with the divine and your higher self, you have tapped into an infinite well of creativity and joy that does not depend on anyone else for its existence. This inner shift has freed you from painful cycles of dependence and longing, from the exhausting pattern of seeking externally what can only be found internally. It has allowed you to live with greater authenticity, peace, and freedom than you have perhaps ever known. When you pause in the midst of your busy days and reflect on your journey, when you take a moment to truly look at where you were and where you are now, the changes become even more striking. Compare the person you are in this present moment with who you were just a short while ago, perhaps months or even weeks, and you will see not only how far you have traveled on this path of transformation, but also how much strength, resilience, and wisdom you have gained along the way. There is a profound sense of freedom that accompanies this realization. It is the freedom to live on your own terms, to make choices based on your authentic desires rather than fear or obligation. It is the freedom to celebrate the small joys that pepper your days, the morning sunlight through your window, the warmth of your favorite tea, the satisfaction of a task completed, the sound of laughter, without needing something grand or dramatic to feel grateful. It is the freedom to trust, deeply and completely, that you are supported by the universe, that you are being guided, and that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Even the smallest blessings, those moments of stillness where you feel connected to something greater than yourself, the spontaneous laughter that erupts from your belly, the quiet gratitude that fills your chest as you recognize all that you have, all of these shine brighter now because you have developed the awareness to recognize their value. This heightened awareness, this ability to see beauty and blessing in the ordinary moments of life, is a clear and unmistakable sign of deep healing. It is a testament to the inner work you have embraced with courage and commitment. Meanwhile, as you continue on your path of growth and transformation, your person is experiencing a similar process. Though they may not be at precisely the same stage of healing as you, though their journey may look different from the outside and progress at a different pace, their path is unfolding in divine timing. Every soul has its own rhythm, its own lessons to learn, its own timeline for awakening. They are beginning to recognize their own need for balance, to sense that something within them requires attention and integration. They are starting to step into their spiritual truth, to acknowledge the deeper purpose that calls to them beneath the surface noise of daily life. Just as you once navigated the complexities of growth and healing, stumbling sometimes, questioning often, but always moving forward, they too are walking through those necessary lessons. While their progress may seem slower from your perspective, from the vantage point of someone who has already covered that ground, it is no less meaningful or valid. Healing is not a race with winners and losers, with those who advance quickly and those who lag behind. It is a sacred journey, unique and personal for each individual soul. What takes one person months might take another years, and there is no judgment in that difference, only the recognition that we each move at the pace that is right for us. Trust with your whole heart that they are being guided just as you were guided, just as you continue to be guided. Trust that the same loving intelligence that supported you through your darkest moments and celebrated your victories is now working in their life, orchestrating circumstances and creating opportunities for their growth and awakening. Trust that they are moving toward the same destination of alignment and wholeness, even if the path they are taking looks different from the one you walked. This is precisely why patience is so essential at this stage of your journey. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and perfect timing, is orchestrating this union behind the scenes in ways that extend far beyond what your physical eyes can perceive or your logical mind can comprehend. There is no need to rush this process, no need to force outcomes or try to control how and when things unfold. The energies are aligning with precision and purpose, weaving together the threads of your individual journeys to create the tapestry of your shared future. Reunion, when it arrives in physical form, is not merely about two people coming together in the same physical space. It runs far deeper than proximity or rekindled romance. True reunion is about both of you reaching a level of inner wholeness, of self-completion, where your union will be stable, harmonious, and enduring. What you have built within yourself through all these months of dedicated inner work, the foundation of self-love, the strength of your boundaries, the clarity of your purpose, all of this will be mirrored in the connection you share with your person when the time is right for your paths to merge. In the meantime, while the universe continues its perfect orchestration, trust your journey with unwavering faith. Continue nurturing yourself with the same love and attention you would give to your most cherished friend. Continue leaning into your connection with the divine, strengthening that bond through prayer, meditation, or whatever spiritual practice resonates with your soul. Continue celebrating the progress you have made, acknowledging how far you have come and honoring the work it took to get here. Each step you take forward on your own path strengthens the energetic bond between you and your person in ways that transcend physical laws. Every act of self-care, every moment you choose yourself, every time you honor your needs and boundaries, sends ripples of energy outward into the quantum field, touching them in ways that words cannot adequately describe or logic cannot explain. You are already united at a soul level, connected by threads of light and love that can never be severed by distance or time. The physical reunion you long for is simply the natural, inevitable outcome of the work you are both doing individually, the manifestation in physical form of what already exists in spiritual reality. Ultimately, this chapter of your life serves as a powerful reminder of a truth that ancient wisdom has always taught. Love begins within. It starts with the relationship you have with yourself, with your ability to see your own worth, honor your own needs, and cherish your own existence. By embracing your inner feminine energy with reverence and joy, by honoring your spiritual purpose and walking bravely toward it, and by allowing yourself to grow beyond the limitations you once accepted, you have become a magnet for all that is meant for you. This includes the deep, lasting, and transformative connection with your person that your soul has been calling in. The healing journey has transformed you in ways you may not fully appreciate yet. It has made you stronger, wiser, more compassionate, and more authentic. And in time, as your person continues on their own path of transformation, it will transform them too. Together, when both of you have done the necessary inner work, when both of you have reached the level of wholeness that allows for true union, you will meet in perfect alignment. And when that sacred moment arrives, when your paths converge in the physical realm to match what has always been true in the spiritual realm, the reunion will not only be possible. It will be inevitable, unstoppable, and blessed by the very forces that have been guiding you both all along. The feelings that surge through my being for you are so intense, so overwhelming, that they consume me in ways I can hardly begin to put into words. Sometimes it feels as though my mind has lost its ability to think in straight lines, as though every thought I attempt to follow bends and curves and circles until it inevitably ends up at the same destination, you. I get lost in these endless loops of longing, caught in a maze where even the smallest, simplest, most ordinary things have the power to pull me back into this space of waiting, of hoping, of yearning for your presence in my life once more. I find myself distracted constantly by moments that should feel entirely ordinary and unremarkable. I catch myself checking my phone far more times than I would like to admit, more times than seems rational or reasonable. I am waiting, always waiting, for a message from you to light up my screen, for your name to appear with those words I long to see. I watch for that small green indicator next to your name, that tiny symbol that tells me you are active, that you are out there in the world, that perhaps in this moment you might be thinking of me too. Those moments feel incredibly powerful to me because they hold within them the fragile hope that maybe, just maybe, this is the right time to reach out. Perhaps this is the moment when the stars have aligned, when your heart is open, when my words will be received with the warmth and understanding I intend. It creates a constant internal struggle, an exhausting tug-of-war between caution and courage, between protecting myself and risking rejection. I wrestle with the question of whether I should stay quiet, playing it safe and avoiding potential pain, or if I should take the risk of saying something, anything at all, just to feel close to you again, just to bridge this distance that sometimes feels insurmountable. I catch myself imagining endlessly when you will return to my world in some tangible way, when you will give me some sign of your presence that I can hold on to. Even if it is as simple and small as posting something on your social media, sharing a photo or a thought or a glimpse into your day, it matters to me more than you might imagine. It sounds so small when I say it out loud, almost embarrassingly trivial, but for me, those glimpses into your world mean everything. They become lifelines in the truest sense of the word, tiny confirmations that you are still out there somewhere, still living your life, still being the incredible person you are, still radiating that special energy that first drew me to you. They remind me that you are real, not just a memory I have built up in my mind, not just a fantasy I have constructed to fill the emptiness. You are alive and present in the world, even if not present in my life in the way I desperately wish you could be. There are so many things I wish I could say to you, so much emotion and thought and feeling that I want to pour out from the depths of my soul. But every single time I try to form these feelings into coherent words, every time I attempt to translate what exists in my heart into language that can be spoken or written, I stumble. The words feel inadequate, clumsy, unable to capture the magnitude of what I feel. It seems as though no matter what combination of words I choose, no matter how carefully I craft my message, it will come out messy, chaotic, too intense, too much. And yet I cannot deny that the intensity is real and valid. You ignite something within me that burns with a heat I cannot contain or control. You bring out a fire within my being that takes over my entire body and soul, consuming rational thought and leaving only pure feeling in its wake. When I think of you, and I think of you constantly, it feels like flames coursing through my veins, through every cell and fiber of my being, demanding to be spoken, demanding to be shown, demanding to be acknowledged and expressed. I know that sometimes the way my feelings manifest might seem obsessive to you or to others who do not understand the depth of this connection. I know that my intensity might be overwhelming, might push against boundaries, might feel like too much. But please, I ask you to understand what lies at the very core of these feelings. At its foundation, this intensity is driven by my profound fear of losing you again, of experiencing once more that devastating emptiness that came when you were no longer part of my daily life.